Welcome to one more edition of Politics Done Right. I'm Egberto Willis, your host. Today we have a wonderful person, somebody who wants to make a difference. Wait, did I say somebody who wants to make a difference? No, what I mean is somebody who is making a difference. Today we have the honor of having Nan Hildreth with us. Who is Nan? She's a former peace activist turned environmentalist, and she has a real good cause that she's working with. I know you've heard of. Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and let her talk a little bit about it. Welcome to Politics Done Right, Nan. How are you doing today?
I'm all right.
Now,
yeah.
I heard that you have a project that you are working on right now. Tell us a little bit about it and what was the genesis of that project? Why did you feel that passion to get in there with this particular project?
Well, I've discovered that I can make more global warming impact in developing countries or low-income countries than I can here in Houston. And once in a there's a new thing in justice circles. It's called microlending.
Mm-hmm.
This Pakistani guy invented it, and they gave him a Nobel Prize for it. And basically, he says everybody's an entrepreneur. He said, forget about unemployment. People want to be entrepreneurs. And he said, lend them a little bit of money, they'll pay you back, and then they'll get ahead in the world. And so Kiva heard him speak and started a platform to put people with some extra money together with entrepreneurs in low-income countries. And now they've got 8,000, 10,000 loans funding right now, and 1 million lenders. And I like it because I don't have to give away my money. I don't like to give away money, but I don't mind. I don't mind lending it. And then sometimes we get loans that are really, really green, and always we've got some loans that are kind of green, that are good for our climate. Right now, we're funding solar startup working capital for solar for Kenya, little tiny solar systems. Are you going to show them the picture?
I'll show it eventually. Let's go ahead and do what we're doing, and then I'll show them what we're talking about.
And the challenge, okay, about a little more than 500 million people, like 500,000 people, don't have any lights. And they're using these nasty little kerosene lamps. They're expensive, they're dangerous, they're fire hazards, and they put out this tiny light that's about as big as much light as a candle. And solar lights, you don't have to buy fuel for them. And so they'll pay for themselves, but these people don't have the upfront money. It costs about $150 for a tiny solar system. It's just big enough to run one light, maybe a radio, and power your phone. Because they may be off grid, but they've got phones. They want to be connected, I guess. So they've snatched up these phones. They say there's more phones in Uganda than there are light bulbs, and maybe it's true, and I don't understand it. But phones save walking, and they can pay people through their phone.
So how does the program work, Nan?
You make a loan to somebody, and this particular Pawami solar for Kenya loan has a 4-year payback. So they're going to keep the money for 4 years, but usually it's like a year or 14 months, and then they pay you back a little bit.
And this is managed through that group called Kiva, the website called Kiva.
And the fun part about it is that, say someone is asking for, right now we're doing improved cook stoves, and they cost $100. So I'll put down $25 and another three people put down the other $25. So we're a crowd. We're funding as a crowd. It's called
Crowdsourcing, yes.
crowdfunding. And I like that. Anyway, so when they pay back, maybe they pay back $10 on their loan. And so I get $2.50, and the other three people, they each get $2.50, and I don't get any interest, and they don't pay Kiva any interest. So what else do you want to know about how
does
works?
Kiva make its money?
They got their hand out for donations.
Okay, so they take donations so that they can administer these microloans.
Right. And we and like all the other, nonprofit people, we don't pay them much, and they work their ass off, and they love it because they're doing work they believe in.
Now, what about like this particular one that you're supporting by Pawami, which is looking for $200,000. So far, it's gotten to 16%. It has 826 lenders. Do they validate these people who are putting this together to make sure that it's not fraud?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the staff's job. Kiva staff's job is to figure out if these people are cheats or deadbeats. And we've lent to Pawami before. I looked it up. It's right there on the website. This is Pawami's prior loan. It was 4 years ago in 2017, and we lent him 50 grand, which is sort of how you lend anybody $20 just to see if they'll pay you back?
Right.
So that was their, well, let's get to know you money. They paid it back. Took them 4 years to do it.
But they paid it back.
And so they're up for 4 times as much. They're up for 200,000 this time.
So you think this is a good platform for anybody who wants to do good in society, who wants to go ahead and help other people better themselves? And in your case, I think this is a double-edged sword, or this serves two purposes for you. You get to go through your environmental wants, and you also get to help people at the same time.
Yes. Well, the Pope won't separate them. He talks about, he makes some sense, by the way, that old Pope. He says we got to work on poverty and the environment at the same time. And then I actually was listening to his latest book, and he was talking about the crises. So he's lumping COVID and poverty and climate all in one thing, calling them the crises. And I like that.
That is good. Well, look, let me tell you, I think what you're doing, Nan, it's an interesting project. It's something that I've heard of before, but I was never really, I never actually looked into it. And after you approached me, I thought, wow, this is actually a good thing. So thank you very much for you putting your money where your mouth is, where your activism is. A lot of people would learn from that experience, would probably jump on the bandwagon as well. So thank you so kindly for being here. Now, here for KPFT, I think you have a special offer.
Oh, yes.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
If you make a donation to KPFT, I will put the same amount onto Pawami. Are you going to show them Pawami's pictures?
Yes, I'll show that.
Okay.
So folks, listen to what Nan Hildreth is offering. Anybody who is willing to provide $25 or more to Politics Done Right on KPFT, you will immediately get leverage that donation not only to KPFT, but to Pawami, which is supplying solar light to folks in Kenya, which helps with the environment because it stops them from burning kerosene. Did I get that right?
You did. Kerosene not only puts out carbon dioxide emissions, but it puts out this nasty black smoke that is really, really, really bad for our climate. It's called black
well,
carbon.
folks, for those of you who are watching this on video, we're going to be showing you some of this information on the screen. Take a look at it and consider yourself. becoming a part of KPFT as well as a part of Pawami. But again, we have a wonderful sponsor here, Nan Hildreth, who will be matching your donations to KPFT with a donation to KPFT and Nan. So thank you so kindly for having been with us. Nan, why don't you give me a quick closing statement? What did I not ask you that you would have liked me to ask you?
Oh, offsets. Each $25 is going to offset 5 tons of emissions. And China has promised to be carbon neutral by 2060, and France is going to be carbon neutral by 2050. And lots of people are making promises, but you can do it today, because if you're an average American, your carbon footprint is maybe 16 tons. And so $75 makes you carbon neutral. And then you can go on and start being a blessing to our climate instead of, another polluter.
There you go, folks. That was Nan Hildreth, former peace activist turned environmentalist, supporter of KPFT, supporter of Politics Done Right. Thank you so kindly for having been a part of the family, Nan.
Oh, if you join Kiva, be sure to join Climate Pilots. It's a team. They allow Kiva lenders to self-organize onto teams. And I'm a co-captain of that team, and we talk about, oh, this loan's really good for our climate, and that loan's really good for our climate. And here's the latest climate news.
Thank you so kindly, Nan. You're a blessing. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.